How much caffeine to drink is an interesting question, and as most things, it depends on you as an individual. The key thing to know is that actually caffeine is okay. A lot of caffeine, or quite a lot of caffeine, up to 4 double espressos equivalent during the day, will actually, the more you drink up to that point, the longer you're likely to live, according to studies. And it will also help improve performance in the gym because it helps you to last a bit longer and sort of push a little bit harder. The problem is that if you overdo it, that too much caffeine can then negatively affect your sleep, which can then lead you to feeling tired, and it can have all those sort of negative effects that I'm sure you already know. So the critical thing to remember for this is that caffeine doesn't give you energy. It simply blocks the receptors in your brain that make you feel tired, and so actually sort of artificially enables you to feel less tired than you are, okay? The key thing to remember here is that if you wake up in the morning and you feel like you need to have caffeine in order to sort of get going, that's your first indication that actually you haven't slept properly, you haven't fully cleared out your brain in terms of resetting it, and that's the problem where maybe you're overdoing the caffeine, right? Caffeine as a chemical in your body has a half-life of about 4 hours. And so to give an example of what that means, say for example, you have 2 strong coffees at lunchtime, that would mean that by sort of say 5 p.m. in the afternoon, 4 hours later, you've still got a whole coffee's worth of caffeine in your blood system. And then by the time you say you go to bed at 8, 9, 10 o'clock or whatever, you still have a half a coffee of sort of caffeine in your system. It's the equivalent of you drinking a cup of tea immediately before you go to bed. So just be careful of how much you have. And if your sleep quality isn't good, and you do drink a fair amount of caffeine, that would be the first thing to aim for in terms of improving your sleep quality, and that should really help you to sleep better.